Hey everyone, it's Karen with 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝘁𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃 and today's video is part of a YouTube hop called Let's Get Organized, and this month we are focusing on our 12 by 12 paper, paper pads, and cardstock. So please be sure and go check out everyone's videos that is participating in the hop this month, and I'll have links in the description below where you can find all those videos, and maybe you can get some ideas on how to organize your paper. Okay, so I have quite a few videos on my YouTube channel that I've posted over the past several years, and I have videos on my paper pads, on my cardstock, also on my flip bins where I store my individual 12 by 12 paper. I have a video on storing collections, so I have quite a few videos on paper already, and I will post links to all of those videos in the description below as well, and you can always go to my playlist on organization and find them there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to give you guys an update. I moved a couple months ago. This is my new craft room, and I'm still in the process of getting it all put together, and I do have the furniture, I think, where I'm going to keep it. Although I'm not 100% sure, but for now, this is what I have. And I still have a lot more to do, so I'm going to swing around here and I'll show you over here. I have a mess back behind me. I'm still working on trying to go through and figure out where to, put all this other stuff that I have. And a lot of the drawers are still empty. I'm still trying to figure out where things are going to go. But let's go ahead and start over here, right here. There's a lot of paper here. And what I have stored over here in this calyx unit in the bottom part are my collections. So I have my 12 by 12 scrapbooking collection stored down there. I have 3 of the 2 by 4 calyx units on this wall. And I'm using 2 of those to store my collections. On top of that is my scrap rack, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that. It's taking up quite a bit of space. I wasn't, really realizing how big that was going to be there, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I have a love-hate relationship with that scrap rack, and there's things that I really like to store there. It is easy to find things if you can get things in there and get it organized. But at the same time, sometimes I forget about what's in there. So I really do need to think a little bit about how I'm going to utilize that and go through all the stuff on there. But I'm thinking the best thing that I would like to use that for is if I have something that is very specific that I want to keep track of, it would be really good to put it there. Okay, so if I turn this way, on top of this calyx unit over here, I have 3 bins. These are my flip bins, and I have several videos where I shared the flip bin storage. And basically what the flip bin storage is to just put your paper into a bin vertically like this so that you can flip through it. So you can see here I have some of the paper here stored by manufacturer, and it makes it really easy just to flip through and look at all the paper that's in there. And one of the keys to doing this flip bin storage is making sure that you get a bin that's straight up and down, like this one, that will fit your paper so it's not like going in at an angle. And then the other thing that's really key to doing a flip bin is putting some kind of support in the back. So the support that I'm using in this flip bin is a cutting board. This is just a cutting board. I think I picked this one up from Tuesday Morning. But they also have these at IKEA for a very reasonable price. And just any kind of a support, you could use a piece of wood or something, just anything that would give you support so that your paper does not bend. But this works really well. I've been doing this now for, trying to think, I think I did my original video back in 2019. So that is 19, 20, 20, about 3.5 years. And my paper is staying straight. It's not getting bent or messed up in any way. Okay, so this second flip bin is my paper by category. So I have categories like nature, I have ugly paper, wood grain, rainbow, text and words, cut aparts and borders. And this is kind of messed up right now because I just moved. So everything went into boxes, and I have to go back and kind of reorganize it because it didn't quite get back in here in order. But so I have things like polka dots, stripes, and just everything that I could think of that's kind of like a category of theme. And then in my third flip bin, I have paper by color. And this is really awesome to have the paper by color. I also have scraps by color. So any large scraps that I have will go here. And what I do is I just put a record sleeve in the front. Let's see if I can pull this back so you can see. Again, this is kind of messed up because I just moved. But usually this is in the front. And I'll have a record sleeve. This is a 12.5 by 12.5 record sleeve. I think that's what it is. And I picked these up from Amazon, and I will just put my scraps in here by color, and then it just goes in the front of each section. These tabs right here are dividers. These are, I'm trying to remember, I think I got these to 𝗀𝗶𝗄𝗃. I don't know if 𝗀𝗶𝗄𝗃 still sells their dividers, but you can get dividers from 𝗀𝗶𝗄𝗃, Totally Tiffany, and just different places like that. You just want something that's going to be durable, that's going to give you something, some kind of tab that's going to stick up so that you can see it, so that you can flip through and you know, be able to get to the section that you want in your flip bin. Okay, so that is the flip bin storage. Now if we go down here to the end of the room, I have two of these cubes on wheels. And these are the file drawers from some cubes that were sold by Michaels a long time ago. And so I put just the file drawer on the cube, and then I have some hanging file folders in there. And I have my paper by color. And I do have a video where I shared how I did this. So if you want to see more about this storage solution, be sure and go check out that video. So one of the first videos that I did on my YouTube channel, I shared how I store and organize my 12 by 12 paper pads. And this is one of my reference guides for my 12 by 12 paper. And this is the rainbow reference guide. And I have another one. I'm not exactly sure where that one is. But this reference guide, if you flip through it, it has categories like everyday, which is just everyday colors. We have a category for pastels, for really bright colors, for dark, things that have dark colors. And then I have one for neutrals, and then retro, vintage, and just categories like that. Now I also had another book, which I don't know where it is. It might be packed in a box somewhere because I still haven't finished unpacking. But that other one is by theme, and it has other, you know, categories in it. So that way I can kind of keep track of where things are, and if I want to find things, I can just easily go here and just look for them. So if I wanted to find this paper pad in my craft room, I would just go to this page and then flip to the back of it. See if I can do this with one hand. And here it is right here. It says this is a 12 by 12 paper pad, and it's in the storage cube number 135. And I do have my 6 by 6 paper in here as well. That's why it has 12 by 12, because sometimes it's a 6 by 6 or a 6 by 8 paper pad. Okay, so let's go over to these storage cubes where I have my paper pads, and we'll look for number 135. So in my old craft room, I used to have my paper pads in the room. They were in storage cubes from Michaels and Hobby Lobby. And this room is a little bit smaller than the room that I had in my previous home. So I have this really large walk-in closet, and if you come in here, this is where I'm going to try to store most things because I really want my craft room to not be as cluttered. So this is where all of the cubes that used to be in my old craft room, they came in here and they're now in the closet. And down here on the last two rows are all of my 12 by 12 paper pads. Now I'm still in the progress of organizing all of this, and I still have a lot of work to do, but I think I'm making pretty good progress considering I only moved in a couple months ago. And I wasn't even able to get into here for the first month because of some issues with my house. So if we wanted to find that paper pad, which was number 135, I would just come down here and look at all of the different numbers that are on there. And I would go and find 135, which is going to be right here. So I can just pull this out, and there it is. So that's how I've been storing and organizing my paper pads since 2019. It was a little bit of work to actually do this. I put tabs on every single paper pad and then created that reference guide, but it has been super amazing because I can put my hands on a paper pad in just a few minutes, and it's really awesome. So if you'd like to see how I added the tabs to the paper pad and created the reference guide, be sure and check out the video that I did back in 2019, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Okay, one more place that I have 12 by 12 paper is over here. I have 12 by 12 paper by category, and I have things like acetate, chipboard, corrugated, cut files, double-sided adhesive, embossing paper, or embossed paper, fabric paper, felt paper, foil pattern paper, glassine paper, glitter paper, and so on. So this is something else that I organized back in 2019, and I love this. It works really well. Now these little plastic things came from 𝗀𝗶𝗄𝗃, and I don't think that they sell them anymore. I really wish they would because they're really amazing. I love those so much, and I don't know if they'll ever bring them back. I believe 𝗀𝗃𝗃 was bought out by 𝗪𝗏𝗄𝗃. So if you look for 𝗪𝗏𝗄𝗃 storage solutions, you will find these bigger ones like this. And maybe they'll bring these back eventually, but you can buy the bigger ones like this, but the last time I checked, they didn't have these smaller ones. Okay, so that's all I have for this video. I hope that I've given you guys some ideas on how you can store and organize your 12 by 12 papers. And Miss Bella, would you like to say anything? You want to say hi to the YouTube people? And Miss Bella decided to join us. Miss Bella, would you like to say hi? You gonna say hi to the YouTube people, Miss Bella? Hi, Miss Bella. Are you gonna say hi to the YouTube people? No? You have nothing to say? Are you checking out my closet? You looking for paper scraps? So Miss Bella's, she's a paper thief. She likes to eat little pieces of paper, and if there's any paper on the floor, she steals it. I don't know how many times I've caught her grabbing a piece of paper and running out of the room. Okay, well that's all we have. Y'all take care. Hope y'all have an amazing weekend, and we hope to see you next time. Bye now.